Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I'm your coach and sports therapist, and welcome to our Friday morning session. Tim, I wish, mate. I wish. I haven't slept in years, literally before kids. Ever since then, I've been up since 5. It's never ending, mate. I hope you're having an amazing day. Anyway, I hope you had an amazing week so far. Hopefully it's going to get a little bit better as it goes into the weekend. So yeah, congratulations, you've made it to Friday. So hope you're all feeling exhausted himself on the bike last night. Yeah, exactly. Last night's bike session was something else. I say this each and every time, but I do love it, and I hope you do too. So thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for joining me today. So Prehab, what is it? Basically, it's corrective exercise that helps realign biomechanics, helps reduce injury rates and maximizes performance. So if you haven't been here before, now you know. This session is really going to help you get rid of those ankle, knee, hip injuries, lower back injuries. Yesterday's class is going to help you with that upper body. Today's all lower body focused. So if you haven't been here before and you can, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the community, and then that way you get to be these guys. Give me a hard time in the comment section. But yeah, so hope you're having a good one so far. Things you're going to need today are your mats. Okay, you're going to need a little block or an obstacle. Okay, whether it's a block, a foam roller, a big water bottle, something that you're going to draw your leg up and over. Okay, you're going to need a big long pole if you have one. Okay, now that can be a big long pole. That can be a mop handle, a broom handle. That can be a brush handle. You name it. It could be just a random bit of piping that you have in the house. If you don't have anything, don't worry. You're also going to need some bands. Okay, by bands I mean the big long red ones, just like so. Okay, and these little ones, just like so. Okay, and then possibly, last but not least, a balance cushion if you have one. Okay, it can be like an Airex pad like this. Okay, which is like a memory foam type mattress, or it can be a stack of cushions. It can be a folded towel, a beach towel. If you fold that up into a small square, then all of a sudden it's going to feel like that Airex pad. It's much cheaper and far easier to access. Okay, so if you have those, then grab them. Grab yourself a drink and maybe a sweat towel, just in case, and we'll get going. Okay, so with that all being said, let's wake ourselves up, stretch ourselves out, okay, and we get this Friday under wraps. Okay, so you're gonna lean your hips forward, okay, just like so, like that, and then you're gonna draw up like so, just like so, stretching out like that. Good. Stretching out nice and easy. Okay, from there, what you're going to do, you're going to bend that inside out like that. Okay, you're going to slide down, trying to get as low to the floor as you can. Some of you are going to make it, some of you are going to find it impossibly hard. Some of you are going to be like me, that can normally make it quite easily, but today it feels a little tougher because of this week's training. One more. Good. Swap the sides. Make sure you draw your hip down first. Bending the arm, sliding down, tapping, big drive up. One more. Good job. Okay, from there, laying on your side, what you're going to do, stretch one arm out in front, okay? Now, your leg is going to come, if I show you this side, all right, it's going to come up, it's going to come back, it's going to come down, you're going to come there, come forward, come down, okay? So it's all the way over, down, all the way back, down, okay? Keeping the leg straight, keeping the hip straight as much as you can. Good, one more both. Good, swap the sides. Okay, so big draw up, making sure that back is straight, keep the hip straight, the back straight, especially when you go behind. It's quite easy to add a bit of rotation if you can. Pause it, control. Good. Good. Keep going. Almost there. And relax. Good job. Spinning around, back onto opposite side. Okay, this time what you're going to do is you're going to bring one leg out right in front, as straight as you can. This leg you're going to tuck upwards, okay, and then from there you're going to lift up, just like so. It's going to get that stretch in this leg here, and you're going to work the other leg as you draw out with this shoulder. Be sure to drive it back, and if you need to, place your hand on your bum to help with that. Big deep breaths. Whoa. Good, keep it up, keep it going. One more. Good, swap the sides. Again, taking that leg as tall as you can. Draw back. Good, 2 more. Good. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to sit on your mats like so. Okay, you're going to tuck your toes up to you. You're going to push your chest out by using your hands to walk behind you and pump your chest out. Okay, you're going to come up, come over, come down. Nice little V shape. Okay, come up, come over, and down. Okay, so it's up, draw across, down, up, draw across, down. Right. So. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You know, and the more you realize that difference, okay, it's self-awareness. So it's understanding that, okay, one side is so different compared to the other. So what am I going to do about it, right? And the more you do something about it, the better, okay? So keeping it there, draw a straight line all the way across, back down, okay? Straight line up, straight line all the way across and down, all right? But the more you find out about yourself, okay, the more you then have the opportunity to change. It's then up to you whether you want to change or not, okay? And that is the main thing. It's giving yourself options, not realizing that you don't have to write yourself off. You can change as much as you see other people change, and some of them are changing at a phenomenal rate. It's just whether you want it or not. Good, last one. Good, okay. So from there, grab yourself a little cushion, okay? It's gonna be for your knees. Doesn't have to be a balance pad. I'm just using it just because it's nice and soft. Okay, gonna use a piece of furniture, just like so. I'm going to draw up into that position, okay? So I've got my leg resting on there. I can use a Swiss ball if I have one, like one of those big bouncy balls. Just resting my leg there. My knee is directly above my hip or below it. And then I've got my shoulder in line, okay? I walk my foot forward. So I've got a nice little 45-degree angle there. I'm then going to draw forward. So I've now got a nice 90-degree angle here, okay? Right? I'm then pressing my hip down by holding my bum, putting my wrist on the top of my shorts or trousers or leggings, and then I'm drawing down where the hip is to get that stretch here as well as the quads, okay? Draw the elbows back. It's going to then present a chest stretch as well, and it's really going to help those hip flexors, the muscles that we were just working by lifting our legs up, okay? We want to get both strength and flexibility in them, so it takes pressure off our lower backs as we do this exercise, okay? So it's a big deep breath, nice and relaxed, nice and easy. Good, coming back, swap your sides. That's it, gently getting ready. Good morning, how are we doing, mate? So, into that position, foot forward, okay, driving forward if you can. Hands on hips, drawing the hip flexor down, making sure you've got that nice little shin angle there. Present the chest, elbows around the back. Feel that stretch in your hip flexors, your quads. Big deep breaths. What about you? But all of a sudden the weather's coming down. Jeez. Good. Gently shaking it out. Okay. So it's going to go back to our first exercise using our hips. However, you're going to take that object, okay, whether it's a yoga block, whether it's 2 yoga blocks, whether you're an absolute beast at this, okay, you've got to stick a whole chair in front of you, or whether it's just a tiny cup, right? It's however much you can lift your leg up, right? So it's there, up, you're clearing the block and coming over, right? Make sure you're in the middle, coming up, clearing the block, coming over. Now if you want it a little bit harder, make it a little taller, okay? So it's there, you went up, all the way over, all the way over. Naturally, you're not trying to lean back and then lift your leg up because everyone could do this. You're trying to set up as tall as you possibly can using your hands like they're a brick wall, or better still, leaning yourself up against a solid object, making sure your hips are right up against it. Okay, going in the middle, I'm there lifting up. It's much harder now, okay, because I can't go through my sofa. Okay, now my hip flexors are working properly, working really hard, especially on this leg. Okay, you're going to find there's a slight variation in leg strength from group to group. Good, doing amazing. Good, one more of each. Good. From there, again, rest your cushion up against your sofa or bench or chair. Go back into that position. If you want to use the yoga block to help you, draw it down, by all means do so, okay? But you're going to get a better chest stretch. At the same time, get more bang for your buck, if you will, if you draw down in this capacity. So really draw the hip down as opposed to just sink into the stretch, okay? Great effort. Good. Gently coming back. Stretching out, swapping sides. Placing that foot forward again. Take your time just because one side is going to be a little bit tighter than the other. Drawing back with the elbows, presenting that chest as much as you can. Good, good. Okay, so from there, what I'm going to get you to do is grab your bands, your big long red one. What you're going to do is tie it underneath a piece of furniture or tie it to something that isn't going to move. Okay, I'm going to use the bottom of my sofa because that bottom of the sofa is way stronger than I am and it's not moving. Okay, what I'm going to do is place it on my knee just above, okay, probably about 3 fingers away from the kneecap itself. Okay, from there I'm bringing it out to a point where it's pulling me back. Okay, it's a real good one if you want to learn to extend your leg backwards because you've had knee surgery or anything like that. Okay, from there I'm going to balance on one leg. Now it's important that you might want to start a little bit easier to begin with. Okay, and what you're going to do is draw your shoulders back, put your hands on your hips. You're going to draw up into that position, and that band is going to do exactly what it did on me. Okay, what you will need to do, unfortunately, guys, is put it on your hairy legs. All right, that way it's not going to move, but it's going to take out a few hairs. All right, so proud chest, draw it up and back down. Try to keep the knee bent. Just going to work that hip flexor. One more. Good job. Swapping legs. Nice and easy. Okay, take your time, proud chest, look at the same object you were looking at in the distance, draw up. Ooh. Good, trying to balance as best as you can as you draw up, trying to get as close to the 90-degree angle as you can. Naturally, you don't want to go too high because then the band will slide down. So just getting that compromise. At the moment you can feel a shift in the band, you then slow it down a bit. Good, one more. Good job, shake it out. Nice and loose. Again, going back here, I'm going to put a lot of work into our hip flexors today, just because I've had a few comments that people want it done, and there's a few issues in the people that it's going to really benefit. Okay, so it's that hip flexor down, draw it down there, elbows back as much as you can. This type of stuff is going to really benefit a lot of people that have sore backs, a lot of runners, triathletes. Every one of us walk, give or take. So pretty much anyone that walks around has a bit of hip pain. This type of stuff is really beneficial, guys. So stick with it. Don't be afraid to ever revisit some of these videos. They're all stored online for now and forever. So draw your hip down, big stretch. Real good. That's it, big deep breaths. Embrace the stretch. Good. From there, again, one more time on the band, and then we mix it up, all right? So, regional leg if you can, placing it roughly 3 fingers away from the knee, standing in the exact same spot as you were before, roughly, separating your toes, okay? It's really important you get into the habit. If you've been here a lot, you'll hear me go on and on and on about it, okay? Get in the habit of separating those toes. Draw the big toe down, draw the heel down. Bending that leg up, big drive up. Whoop. Lost it. Good. Imagine you're driving up from the hip, okay? So you're pulling from behind, drawing forward. You're not driving from the knee, okay? Say it one more. Good. From there, swap your sides. Again, 3 fingers. Use those fingers to measure. That way you've got equal forces acting on both sides, okay? Come from there, bend, big drive up. Good. Shake it out. Chuck the bands off from underneath your sofa or wherever you tie them. Chuck them out the way for a second. What you're going to need is your mini bands. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section. Okay? Let me know how you're getting on. So it's good to hear. And then slide these bands onto the leg themselves. And again, about a hand width away from the knee joint, okay? So this one we've done before, okay? It's keeping it shoulder width as you're there. You're relaxing your head, you're squeezing your lower back. Now if you struggle squeezing your lower back, you can either place your fingers underneath your lower back. There's thousands of neural receptors in your fingers, and when you trap your fingers, you'll know about it. And then just like a pressure sensor, if you start releasing, you'll feel the difference in your hands, okay? So you can trap it down. Another way you can do it is using your red bands, trapping it underneath, and then effectively pulling out to the side. Because if you trap, it'll shoot off and let go, and naturally you have a moving object sliding underneath you, okay? So, tricky that one, ain't it? Except it's put on a pit. Yeah, especially you, Bri. You got more hairs than me, mate. That's right, though. Won't charge for the free waxing service. Okay, you're doing great. But yeah, it's a toughie. Right, so knees directly above hips. Okay, you're gonna want to do this because it's easier. Bringing it into your chest, it takes the pressure off your abs. Okay, but we need to have the pressure on our abs because we need to challenge our lower back as well. Okay. We're going to tuck up into that right angle. And we're going to tuck our toes up to engage the shins by here and that tibial anterior muscle group as we're doing it. It's going to help fight against lateral ankle sprains, so rolling your ankle. This is going to help that, okay? Working those hip flexors and that lower back in tandem. You're going to go one leg there. Now notice how that angle is still the same in that movement, and it's just from the hip, and then it's going to like draw in the hip up as I draw the other leg down, okay? It's got that little bit of resistance as you fight that, and you're trying to trap that lower back, because like I've said before, some of those hip flexors go through the pelvis and it actually attach to the top of the lower back, all right? So it's really important. Okay, you ready? You're going to 3, 2, chin down, 1, let's go. Two more. Good. From there, spinning them around, you're going to draw your knees down, keeping them in line with your hips, but then drawing down into that position, okay? You're not resting your quads on the floor. They're off the floor, okay? But you're stretching your hips, your abs out as you press away from the floor in this position, okay? So it's really, really good. How did everyone find good? How did everyone find that exercise? Okay, it's a bit of a toughie. Gets very intense on the hip flexors, the quads. All of a sudden your legs become a real heavy weight and your lower back starts curving. Okay, good. Doing amazing. Okay, ouch. Love a bit of banter. Okay, so same again. All right, dropping down, gluing up, toes up, spine super straight. Okay, squeezing that lower back into the floor if you can. Ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. That's it. 2 more. Good. And relax. Good job. Well done. Shake it out. Same again. Spinning around. Get the stretch in the quads, in the hip flexors. Draw down. Press away. Try and squeeze your bum. Draw your hips down. Good. Okay. So, what you're going to do, using your poles. Okay. Right now, it's going to feel like more of a staff. Okay. Or a walking stick, depending on functionality. What you're going to do is, I'll tuck this in there so you can see a little bit better. So, one pole, right? It's going to help you balance a little. You might not need it. If you don't need it, lift it up, okay? Hold it on your spine. Just don't take out the lights like I've done before. Hold it there, okay? If you don't need it, hold it there. If you do need it, like I'm sure some of you will, you're gonna hold it here, okay? You're gonna have your opposite foot just out there, separating the toes. From here, you're gonna bend, okay? That's gonna stretch the quad, okay? And then you're gonna lift up into that position like we were before, just using this pole nice and gently. Notice how my fingers are on it, okay? To help you, guide you up, okay? So if you haven't already, let's go. Good job. Swapping feet. Same again. Fingers, tips if you can. Toes separated. Heel and big toe down. Hand on hip. Proud chest. Bend knee. Draw up. Hit that like nice right angle at the top. Take your time. Good. One more. Ooh. Good. Shake it out. This time, going back. If you can, placing your cushion in front of your sofa. You're going to lift up both legs. This time, walk it as close to your sofa as you can. Then you're going to draw down into that position. Okay? Lifting those heels up as much as you possibly can towards you. Good. Coming up nice and tall. Same again. Big deep breaths. Remembering which hand and foot you started with. Okay, hand on hip. Just like so. Opposite leg bent. Driving up. Tucking those toes up as much as you can. Two more. Good. Swap the sides. Same again. Bend the leg. Drive from the hip. Okay. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good. Shake it out. Grab yourself a little drink if you need it. Let me know how you're doing. 100%. It's good to see you, Kim. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Lower back's on fire. Exactly, right? It's a real key point. The reason why your lower back is on fire is because of tightness and weakness in your hip flexor. Comes up, comes through, attaches there, okay? It's the result of here, and it's the reason why some of you will curve the back, okay, when you draw up like that, okay? It's the control there that if you could tilt your back and come here, then your back is solid. Whereas if you don't have that control here and here, okay, you end up curving like this and you put a lot of pressure on that lower back when the actual result of it is weak hip flexors or tight hip flexors. So if you can really work the stretching, okay, if you can really help dominate those hip flexors and get them strong and flexible, you're onto a winner, all right? One side is much more powerful than the other, exactly. So if we can work on that weaker side, slow down the other side, and then slow down effectively both sides as you come through, you'll build up much more strength and power and more neural control to help you with that stability, okay? So, sliding everything out of the way, taking these bands off, picking up your leg hairs off the floor if you can, right? And then sliding everything out of the way. What you're going to do is hop those knees out nice and wide. You're going to sink it down as deep as you can. Try and get those hips to the heels. Arms out as far forward as possible. Big deep breaths. That's it, that's perfect. Good, coming up, drawing forward. Stretching up as tall as you can. Good, from there, planting the feet down, hips down, or heels down, hips up even. Drawing back as much as you can. And then sliding the left leg forward. If you need to place your yoga block underneath your pelvis, just by there, by all means do so. If you can, you're going to slide forward and then you're going to bring this arm underneath and then drop down as much as you can to get that stretch in the hips and the hamstrings. Good, from there, gently coming up, swap the sides. Hand forward, hand underneath, dropping the shoulder down if you can, getting that stretch in the hip. Good. From there, gently coming up, swinging one leg around, bringing your foot in to your inner thigh. You're going to reach down towards the toes. You're going to fan this arm around the back and then all the way over the top, coming down as deep as you can. And then breathe it out. Good. Shake it out, swap the sides. From there, reaching forward, holding the toes, arm around the back, rotate all the way over, reaching forward. And shake it out. Have an amazing day, guys. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Hope you have had a good session. Hope you've learned a little bit about your bodies and the work you need to do on it. Keep it up. A lot of you are doing amazing stuff and achieving amazing things. I think you should be really proud of yourself, and I think you should keep it up, keep going, keep pushing forward, ask as many questions as you can, learn as much as you can, because you are getting there and you are making improvements in your life and the quality of your life, okay? So, thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for joining me all this week and months prior, you name it. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate the consistency you have, the love and kindness you show me and support you show me. For subscribing, it means a lot. For the little thumbs up on the videos, they mean a lot. The comments, everything. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have the best day and the best weekend. If you need me, give me a shout. Otherwise, I'll be back live on Monday morning, ready to kickstart the week again and dispel all those weekend sins that we've all consumed. All right. Have a lovely one. If you need me, give me a shout either on the channel or on other social media platforms. Either way, all of it is in our about section. So get in touch. Don't be a stranger. Follow us on everything. All right. You take care. See you soon. Have a nice day.